Hello everyone, I'm Hunter, and welcome to the final This Week in History of 2022, covering December 25th through December 31st, the 52nd and last week of the year. That's it, people. 2022 is finally, mercifully over when Saturday turns into Sunday. I'm testing a slight change in the format of this video. Instead of just one historical event per day, I'm going to list as many as 3 events for each date. Whether the format sticks around is entirely dependent upon how well the video is received, so please express your thoughts on the change in the comments. That said, on with the video. December 25th, 1758, 264 years ago, Halley's Comet is spotted as it passes through the solar system, on schedule with the prediction of Edmund Halley, for whom the comet is named. It was the first comet whose passage was predicted beforehand. December 25th is the 246th anniversary of General George Washington and elements of the Continental Army crossing the Delaware River on their way to participate in the Battle of Trenton. Just 1 year ago, on December 25th, 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope was launched on its way to the L2 Lagrange point, which it reached in January of 2022. 7 months later, NASA released the first image taken by the telescope. Since then, a great many absolutely stunning images have come from the JWST, including some featuring planets in our own solar system. On December 26, 1776, 246 years ago, the Continental Army, under the command of General George Washington himself, attacked and easily defeated the Hessian troops garrisoned in Trenton, New Jersey, after crossing the ice-choked Delaware River the previous night. The victory, although relatively minor in the grand scheme, reinvigorated and re-inspired the Continental Army, encouraging soldiers to stay the course, as well as attracting new recruits to the cause. December 26th is the 59th anniversary of the US release of 2 songs by the Beatles, I Wanna Hold Your Hand and I Saw Her Standing There. These 2 songs ignited the phenomenon known as Beatlemania on the international level. 31 years ago, on December 26, 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved, officially ending the Cold War, although I would venture to say that we're entering a new Cold War with Russia and other remnants of the failed USSR. Charles Darwin left England aboard the HMS Beagle 191 years ago, on December 27, 1831, for a nearly 5-year-long journey, mostly meant as a coastal mapping and surveying expedition. Darwin's research at the time was mainly geology, but during the voyage, he began to formulate his theory of evolution through natural selection. While much of his evolutionary work has been superseded by later research, Darwin's theory of evolution remains the overarching and unifying theory of the life sciences, such as biology, botany, and biochemistry, just to name a few. The world's first purpose-built aircraft carrier, Japan's Hosho, was commissioned a century ago on December 27, 1922. The ship played a minor role in the Battle of Midway, surprisingly survived World War II with very little damage, and was scrapped at the end of 1946 into mid-1947. December 27th is the 18th anniversary of radiation from an explosion on the magnetar SGR 1806-20 reaching Earth from 42,000 light-years away. SGR 1806-20 is also the most highly magnetized object humanity has ever observed, with a magnetic field of more than 10 to the 15th power Gauss. Now, a quick word about this video's sponsor, HelloFresh. That's right, folks, Unexpected History has its first official sponsor. For those not in the know, HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, delivers fresh, perfectly proportioned ingredients straight to your door, with step-by-step recipes that allow you, yes you, to create restaurant-quality meals right in your own home. I'm very particular about food, meaning I'm not one to try new things very often, but the HelloFresh meals I have tried, like this chicken sandwich, have all been delicious, and I can't wait to try the barbecue ribs. With 50 weekly recipes, including vegetarian and vegan meals, low-carb and low-calorie options, child-friendly and, more importantly, approved menu items, even gluten-free recipes, HelloFresh has something for almost everyone. They even have seasonal offerings tailored for the time of year, like for the holidays. The best part about HelloFresh meal kits is that they save you money when compared to ordering out or going to a restaurant, and you skip the trips to your grocery store for all the ingredients. It's all in the box, which means you also save a ton of time with meal prep, and with pre-measured ingredients, there's less waste too. And the icing on the proverbial cake is that the majority of the packaging is recyclable. So if grocery shopping isn't your thing, and you're tired of eating out or takeout and delivery, give HelloFresh a try using the link below for 70% off your first order and free shipping. Plus, you'll really be helping the channel out. Now it's time to get back to This Week in History. 176 years ago, December 28, 1846, saw Iowa's admission into the United States as the 29th state. On December 28, 1948, 74 years ago, a Douglas DC-3 with the registry number NC16002 disappeared while ostensibly approaching Miami from Puerto Rico. Although it's been theorized that the aircraft could have been as much as 40 to 50 miles off course due to a change in the prevailing winds. The DC-3 was having radio problems even before leaving Puerto Rico. It could receive, but not transmit, so it's entirely possible that the pilots drifted from their flight path without even being aware of it. No traces of the plane or the 29 passengers and 3 crew members have ever been found, at least not definitively, although a plane similar to a DC-3 has been found by divers in the Bermuda Triangle, but there's been no verification as of this recording. December 28th is the 49th anniversary of President Richard Nixon signing the Endangered Species Act into law. It's considered, or at least it was at the time, one of the strongest species protection laws in the world. It was 852 years ago, on December 29, 1170, that Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, was assassinated by 4 knights from the court of King Henry II inside Canterbury Cathedral. He was canonized as St. Thomas of Canterbury in both the Catholic and Anglican faiths. 162 years ago, on December 29, 1860, the Royal Navy frigate HMS Warrior was launched. Although her steam engines, screw propellers, and iron hull were already in widespread use around the world, she and her sister ship, the HMS Black Prince, were unique in that they were armor-clad. They also sported full sets of masts and sails to enable mostly uninterrupted worldwide travel if needs be. The HMS Warrior served in active duty until 1873, was decommissioned in 1883, and has been serving as a museum ship since 1987, moored in Portsmouth, England, after the completion of her restoration. Akala Sami, a language native to the inland portion of the Kola Peninsula in Russia, became extinct 19 years ago, on December 29, 2003, when the last known fluent speaker of it passed away, although 2 people with at least some knowledge of the language were discovered in 2011. Only one story for December 30th, because this one's kind of a doozy. Over 600 people died 119 years ago today on December 30th, 1903, when the overly packed Iroquois Theater in Chicago caught fire, perhaps caused by an electrical short in an arc light used on or near the stage. Although the theater's capacity was listed at just over 1,600 people, between 2,100 to 2,200 people, many of them children, were present at the matinee performance of Mr. Bluebeard. Those people panicked at the fire, leading to many being crushed to death while attempting to flee the building. The theater itself was promoted as, and I quote, absolutely fireproof. But, as it later turned out, there were a multitude of problems associated with its construction and decor. Wood trim was on virtually every surface, exposed areas of reinforcement, particularly of the arches of the roof, a lack of regular entrances and exits, improperly locked and partially hidden emergency exits, and there was only 6 fire extinguishers for the entire building. All of those things contributed to the 600 plus deaths, either directly or indirectly. The fire itself remains the deadliest theater and deadliest single building fire in U.S. history. December 31st is the 263rd anniversary of Arthur Guinness signing a 9,000-year lease at £45 a year to begin brewing the now world-famous Guinness, one of the few alcoholic beverages I actually like. 76 years ago, on December 31st, 1946, World War II officially comes to an end as President Harry S. Truman declares the end of hostilities. On December 31st, 1955, 67 years ago, General Motors became the first U.S. corporation in history to make over $1 billion in a single year. As I wrap up the video, I want to thank Sue, Katrina, and Jack for their support through my Buy Me a Coffee page. You too can help support the channel by clicking on the link tree in the video description and picking the tier that works best for you, or you can just make a one-time donation for as little as $3. That being said, I hope you like the slight rework of this video's format. Should I keep it or switch back to just listing one event per day? Let me know in the comments. I'd also like to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Even if I never get another sponsor, or HelloFresh doesn't sponsor any other videos of mine, they will forever be known as my first official sponsor, which is kinda cool since I never really expected to get a sponsor, let alone be approached by one. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more unexpected history. And until the next time, may your days be pleasantly unexpected.